Brook House Hops started a couple of years ago, but before that, 5 years ago, my wife and I were living here and we could see craft brewing becoming a thing, and we knew that this was quite a famous hop farm. My wife got this brochure from the 1920s and it says Brook House Farm, first-rate hopland. A lot of our neighbours around here grow hops, but it is a niche crop and the acreage has declined, or it was declining until recently. And I think because of craft brewing, we could start growing hops. So we sold all of those hops to merchants previously. And then I was travelling, mostly in America, looking at how they grew hops over there. And I realised that a lot of the growers were dealing directly with brewers, and that helps the growers become better growers. They learn what the brewers want. And so we decided to bring that over here. I met Seb, who I knew would be good at running that sort of business. And so we started putting out feelers to brewers, and right now we don't just supply brewers with hops we've grown ourselves. For certain varieties or hops from different countries, we buy those in and supply those to brewers also.
So the farming process consists of a whole year's worth of work. Starts off at the start of the year when the shoots first come out of the ground. Hops are perennial, so if you look after them, they'll last for anywhere between 15 and 25 years, so you don't have to replant. So this starts off at the start of the year where the shoots come out of the ground. We'll then put string to the wire for something that the hops can grow up, and then aid them on their journey right the way to the top of the wire, looking after them every step of the way, making sure that they bulk out at the right time and they're a big enough and clean enough hop which gives us a good quality product to give to the end user. So once the hops are at the top of the wire and we deem them to be ready to be picked, we take them out of the field into the harvesting facility, and then they get taken straight to our state-of-the-art kiln. Our kiln runs off all compressed air, which means you get no oils, greases or fluids in any of the samples. And we're also one of the only people in the country that have an indirect burner. This means that any diesel fumes, any oil fumes don't actually touch the end sample, which gives a cleaner, more defined product for the end user. So there's quite a lot of things that we do that a lot of other hop farmers don't do and make us quite innovative. Starting off in the field, we run on an irrigation system which allows us to kind of mediate the water levels and also put fertiliser and nutrients straight into the rootstock without just spreading it across the field and wasting it. And all of our hops straight away when they've been processed get taken to an on-site cold store and then taken out of the cold store straight away to keep them fresh, and then processed into either pellets, whole cone or whatever the brewer kind of needs to be able to produce the perfect blend. So one of the main things I love about farming is here, this is the office. Everything changes day to day, even year on year. You don't get the same hops in the same hop yard because of environmental factors. And just the team around us, we've got quite a nice family team, and even though we're expanding quite a lot, we've kind of promoted a nice family farm environment where everyone gets along. And what's better than being out here?
Traditionally, hops are sold from the farm directly to a merchant. That merchant then distributes them to breweries across England. We decided to sell directly, so cutting out the middleman. For us, that's a huge benefit because we get direct and instant feedback on what varieties we should be growing, how they should be processed, any problems with quality, and we get notified straight away. For the brewers, they have a relationship where they can come and visit the farm. They can see the hops grown in the fields. We'll do selection, so the brewers can come and select the right kind of hops for their beers. So we work with just over 400 breweries. There's about 2,000 in total in England, so we're getting close to serving a quarter of those. So we decided to sell our hops directly to brewers because a lot of hop farmers in England are struggling. They're struggling to sell their hops and to get a good price for them. So I came across EKM when we were looking for e-commerce solutions. We had a WordPress site with a basic shopping cart, but I wanted something a bit more, something that was easier to manage. A quick short list of the main players on the market, as well as looking at the option for doing something in-house. That's how we came across them. We chose EKM in the end because they have UK support. You can speak to a UK sales rep, you get an account manager who's based in your time zone. They also have a list of features, not all of which we use at the moment, but we can see ourselves growing into using a lot of the functionality that it offers. For online sales, I think the fact that a customer has a very easy way of making an order, that's definitely generating a lot of business for us. They also have a paid ads team, which we hire to sort all that out, which is not something I could do myself. So with EKM, they pretty much do everything for us. Initially, we had a project to set up a custom site, but at the moment things run without much involvement. If there's a problem or if there's a new feature we want implemented, we just call up the account manager and they'll sort it for us. We've been really happy with the EKM service. I think a testament to them is we rarely need to be in touch. There's never any problems, so it's only if we need a new feature added we'll get in touch. I would recommend EKM, I already have done. I think anyone from a small business just starting up and going online to an existing a thriving business who wants to move more of their business online, I would say EKM is a good shot. My favourite thing about Brook House Hops is the team. We're a young, ambitious team. We're growing rapidly, so lots of challenges, but no day's the same.